Hey everyone, welcome to Yoga Moments. I'm Janice, and today's flow is going to be great for our arms and our shoulders. So if you're looking for a little upper body love, we've got it right here. Grab a chair that is solid, so preferably no cushions today if you've been using a cushion, or if you don't have that, then we'll just use the wall and that'll be cool too. But make sure if you are using a chair that it's braced. So if you push on it, it's not going to slide one way or the other. So maybe you put it against a wall, or maybe you brace it against a solid piece of furniture. Find something that's going to work for you. And as always, if we need to adapt as we go, we'll adapt as we go. So this is Yoga Moments, where we're going to do yoga. It's going to take a moment. We're going to feel good. And when you've got your chair situation sorted out, we're going to jump right on in. So find any seated posture today. Whatever is comfortable to you. You can have your feet on the floor. You can have your feet up, cross-legged, or maybe you just find something that's a little more comfortable for you. And we're going to close our eyes. You can find that inner alignment. So lifting up from the pelvic floor, drawing your navel in and up. And then lifting your heart, so finding that support from within, kind of that channel of energy running up and down our spine. Having our head over top of our heart, and our heart over top of our pelvis. And just notice your breath here. So if there's anywhere that you're holding tension or you're making a lot of effort, just come back a little bit. You should be able to breathe comfortably. Even if it feels like you're, working a little bit, that's okay. But if you're working so hard that your breath is constricted, then come back, ease up. We don't have to be perfect or get it right all in our first day or our 100th day. So wherever you are in your journey, no worries. And then see if you can bring your attention to the space between your shoulder blades. So just noticing how they feel, where they're at in relation to each other. And again, there's no right or wrong. So just explore, be curious. And then see if you can bring your awareness to your shoulder socket. So where your upper arm bone actually attaches into your shoulder. Just noticing that joint on each side. Feeling that connection, extending that connection all the way down to your fingertips. So just noticing your entire arm here. And then if you'd like to set an intention, you can bow your head. Set an intention either for your practice or for your day. We'll bring our hands up to our heart and consider that intention already done. So already heard, already accepted and responded to by whatever you believe in. Just consider it already done. We'll open our eyes if they're not already. And from right here, we're going to push our sit bones into the chair, come up nice and tall. And we're just going to inhale, shrug our shoulders all the way up towards our ears, and then exhale right onto our back. And we'll do that a few more times. So inhale up. Exhale, shoulders onto your back. So opening our chest here. Follow your breath. Inhale. Exhale. And you might, on this last one here, inhale all the way up and then tag a little weight in your elbows. So as your shoulders come down onto your back, just let your elbows be heavy. Notice the sensation in your shoulders and in your back. And then from here, we're going to keep this nice upright alignment that we've just kind of cultivated. And we're going to tuck our chin down. So I'm just gazing out in front of me, soft gaze, and I'm going to take my hands and I'm just going to stretch them in front of my lap or just above my lap, and really bringing awareness to, how far can I stretch? How does it feel? We use our hands for oh so many things, texting especially, making dinner, driving, everything. So just take a few minutes here, a few breaths. We'll stretch out our hands. You should feel a nice stretch across your palm. Maybe you wiggle the fingers. See if you can keep your chin tucked and your gaze soft while you do this. So full body experience here. We're sitting up. We've got a nice stretch in the backs of our neck. And our legs are heavy as well. And then we're stretching our hands. So pick one or two things if that's a lot for you. You might make fists and then release them. You might do circles with your wrists. Just notice your hands. You might bring your thumbs together with each finger. Just stretching it out here. And then we'll inhale, take our hands forward. Fingers are going to point down, our arms are coming forward, fingers are down, and we're going to just plug our shoulders in here. So taking our humerus, our upper arm bone, plugging it into our shoulder socket so that we're not, reaching forward, but we're coming up. Fingers are going to point down, and with my left hand, I'm going to bring my thumb of my left hand to the palm of my right hand, and I'm just going to brace here. So I'm not pulling with my left hand, but instead I'm actively reaching my right arm forward. So reaching through the front of my arm, the back of my wrist kind of, with the radius and the ulna, our lower arm bones, reaching forward here. So using the muscles instead of just kind of passively pulling with our left hand, we're actively engaging the right arm. Reaching forward, breathing here. Notice if you're holding tension, see if you can relax in the legs, the upper body. And then we'll inhale, flip our hand up, and again we can do the same thing. So reaching through the heel of our hand here with our right arm. And just giving ourselves a moment to feel that stretch in the underside of our arm. Really good if you are at a computer all day. And we'll release and we'll take it to the other side. So set yourself up here. Left arm, plug the humerus into your shoulder socket. Point your left fingers down, and then right thumb comes to the middle of your left palm. And we'll reach our left arm forward. So right hand is just kind of passively bracing. And continuing to breathe here. So lift your heart up. Make it a full body experience here. Heavy in the legs. Squeeze your navel in and up. Feel that stretch across the upper arm bones. And then we'll flip it to the other side. Or flip it to the other way. So left hand is going to point up. And we're reaching through the heel of our hand here. Keeping that shoulder nice and tight, so our shoulder blades on our back. One more breath here. On an exhale, we'll release, bring our hands to our heart. So lifting our sternum up to our thumbs. You can close your eyes here if you prefer. Maybe just soften your gaze. And with our hands at our heart, we're lifting our sternum up towards our thumbs. And then press your fingers together, press your palms together, and just notice what happens with your shoulder blades. So notice they're coming together a little bit. Breathing here, creating kind of this full circle connection through our arms, all the way around through our back. Breathing here, just giving our body a chance to experience, what we're asking. And then from here, we'll reach the right arm all the way up and back. So right elbow points towards the sky. Left arm comes, and we'll just find a little stretch here. So take a peek at the video if you need. Nice stretch in our triceps. Really keeping a mindful integrity in that alignment. Lifting up from the pelvic floor, drawing the navel in and up, heart is lifted. Breath is easy. On an exhale, we'll release, bring it down. You'll feel the blood rush back into your arms here. And then we'll take it to the other side. So left arm is going to come up behind our head. Elbow is going to point up towards the sky. And our right arm, or right hand is just going to give us a little bit of extra stretch in that left tricep. So continuing to breathe. And see if you can make it a full body experience. See if you can really feel your chest, your tummy, your back up with your breath. Maybe you even reach it all the way down to your toes, to your elbows. Take one more sweet breath here. This time we're going to reach it all the way up. Turn our pinkies in towards the front, thumbs towards the back. Drop your shoulders away from your ears. Create a little space and just open up here through the shoulders. And then on an exhale, we'll release our hands all the way down here. So you can give yourself a little shake out if you need here. And then this is where it gets a little freaky. So if you are going to use your chair, now's a good time, double check and make sure that it's stable and it's not going to go anywhere, because we're going to come into a modified plank on our chair. If you don't want to use the chair, the wall is always an option, and I'll make sure that there's enough explanation for both, whatever you're choosing today. So coming onto the chair first, I'm going to make sure that I'm pressing both hands right into the chair. So pressing all 10 fingers into the chair, and my shoulders are stacked over top of my wrists. And then I'm just going to step my feet back here. So I'm taking most of the weight, well, not even most of the weight, half my weight, into my hands. And I've kept my heels lifted just a little bit. But find that integrity. Lift your heart up between your shoulder blades. Lift your navel up to the spine. Reach through your heels here. So just working a little bit on your shoulder strength here. And if this is too much for you, you can always tuck the chin a little if that's more comfortable. Gaze should be down, so you can explore that. If that's not an option for you, you'll come onto the wall and you'll do the exact same thing. You'll just press all 10 fingers into the wall, trying to make sure they're kind of shoulders kind of parallel with the wrists here, and you'll just lean in. So you can step back away from the wall, however comfortable you are, whatever distance is good for you. And feel free to adjust if you need. See if you can rotate your elbow creases in and up. So wherever you are, just explore here. Press into the fleshy parts of your palm. I'm going to come back to the chair. So breathe wherever you are. See if you can find this integrity with your front body hugging towards the back body here. So not collapsing all of our weight into our hands, but using our core. And if you need a break, no worries. If you've already taken a break, come back in. We'll do 2 more breaths. Lift your heart, rotate those elbow creases in towards the center and then up towards either the ceiling or the wall in front of you, depending on if you're on the wall or on the chair. And then we'll just step it up. So coming up here. Now if you're on the chair, use your core. Lift your front body up to your back body to come into a standing posture. That was amazing. You guys are doing awesome. And then we'll come back into a seat. I'm going to keep my legs out in front of me because I'm going to hug my arms just behind me here. So kind of countering that heart lifting up. Just breathing here. You might look up towards the sky. Grab your palms behind you or your hands. And if you need an extra hand, you can always grab a dish towel. If you can't quite get your arms behind you, grab a dish towel or an actual towel and you can grab on. Lift your heart. Maybe you look up towards the sky. On your next exhale, we'll release. We'll come back into whatever seated posture you like today. And we'll bring our hands up to our heart. So one more time, creating that kind of resistance or engagement perhaps in our shoulders and in our arms here. We'll close our eyes and just take a moment to appreciate ourselves, appreciate our upper body. Notice the space between our shoulders now. Maybe it feels different, maybe it feels good. And just not judging it, but appreciating it for what it is. You guys have done amazing today. We'll relax and settle into our Shavasana, whatever that means to you. If it's seated, if it's, turning on a little bit of music, whatever makes your heart resonate today. So thank you so much for showing up and for practicing at home and inviting me in to share that with you. From my heart to yours, namaste.